So the Deflector control room was another set that I'd kind of designed from way back, and I sort of modified the design of it somewhat as I went along, just to better make use of the existing stuff that I had. So I'd already built the large stand-up console before, just because I'm a big Star Trek fan and, you know, why not? So I knew I'd make use of that because it would have been stupid not to. And the little side console that Phil's character sits at, I kind of all had made that years ago. And when I dug it out and took a look at it, it was in a bit of a bad way. So the graphics were unsuitable anyway, because it showed the Enterprise D, which of course in cross-section looks too different. So the graphics needed to be redone regardless, but the wooden base of it itself was kind of ropey. So I had to do quite a lot of work on that just to get that to look sort of photographable. And actually it was really heavy as well, that thing, and so mounting it on the wall was tricky, so I had to kind of devise a way where I could put something really heavy on it that sticks out enough for somebody to sit at it without it just, you know, pulling over the wall that it's attached to. And then reused the large piece of plexiglass from the ready room as the big monitor above where Phil was sitting, and then reused the plexiglass from the back of the replicator for the main sidewall. And then other odds and sods and bits and bobs that I could use, I did. We reused the doors as well, sort of repainted those orange. And yeah, so reused as much as I could. Obviously, we used the same carpet in both sets, the ready room and the Deflector room, but still had to build some stuff from scratch. So the table, for example, in the middle of the room, I only built what I knew we'd see. I knew we'd only ever see it from one side at once. So to save money, I only built kind of 3/4 of it, so from the back it was just a mess, but that also meant it was easier for us to get in there and move lights around and stuff. And the little box that sits atop it as well, had to build that. Again, that only had an actual screen on one side so that it was easier, so we would just spin that round depending which way the camera was facing. That kind of corrugated plastic stuff down the back wall, that's very sort of next gen feeling. It's kind of like Data's quarters or the nacelle control room. So that kind of lent itself well. And I ended up using the stuff from the shuttle as well, because it's the same material, to get as much height as I could. And then the columns, the columns light up and they have the red alert lights flashing in them during red alert, and otherwise they're just lit a plain white. And you know, that was kind of a pain because the LED lights that fitted inside there, they were just very fiddly, and they needed to be sort of daisy chained together behind the walls so that they could all work together and flash on and off at the same time. But they would only flash when they were white. So in order to turn the lights red, we had to go a little bit Red Dwarf and physically put gels behind the front of it so that it would make the white flashing light look red. So yeah, switching from red alert to normal alert condition was a bit of a pain, and I had to test all that, of course, ahead of time, because unlike the shuttle, which was just about big enough I could actually put the whole thing together in my lounge to see if it was working, both the ready room and the Deflector control room sets, they were too big for me to put together. So the first time they're put together is a few hours before we're going to start filming in them in the morning. So yeah, lots of like last minute adjustments and bits of painting need to be done because it gets damaged taking it to where it's going. So yeah, sort of coming down to the wire to make sure it's camera ready in time, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, hopefully it looks good on film, I hope. For me, the making of the Holy Core has been a really interesting experience. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. People have been very supportive. I had a lot of help all through the making of it. I'd like to give a big thank you to Alex for helping to fund the whole thing. That was amazing. He stepped up and saved the day. So thank you very much to Alex and to everybody else who helped out in any way, big or small, through the process. And thank you to everybody who's left a kind comment on the film, because that means a lot to us that people seem to respond to it well. So thank you all for your warmth and positivity. It's very much appreciated. And thanks to everybody who's watched these little videos as well. And yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed the Holy Core. Thank you for watching. It's the last in our little series of behind the scenes Holy Core videos, I'm afraid. So if you didn't see them all, you can go back and check out some of the older ones. But otherwise, sit tight. I'm very hopeful that we'll have something cool to share with you again sometime very soon. So please like and subscribe and stay in the loop. Thanks for watching.